Mara's awareness stretched beyond the chamber walls, her senses brushing against distortions in the air that felt like residual currents of energy long past. She could perceive patterns, almost imperceptible, that mirrored Tesla's experiments in resonance, frequency alignment, and the manipulation of electromagnetic fields. Every flicker of energy carried with it a story, echoes of phenomena both terrestrial and cosmic. She thought of the Tunguska event, where unseen forces had toppled forests in a remote expanse, and the vast power of energy harnessed beyond the reach of ordinary perception. Here, in this chamber, the boundaries between thought, matter, and energy were blurred, and Mara felt the threads of the cosmos brush against her own mind. Elias moved alongside her, tracing the arcs of energy as if they were visible threads stretched across the room. He sensed the oscillations shifting, small yet precise, as though the universe itself were breathing through the patterns of the room. Jonas adjusted in real time, his focus bending the currents in harmony with Mara and Elias. Together, they amplified the delicate lattice connecting their abilities to the larger cosmic web, creating a resonance that interacted with the chamber, the planet, and the invisible threads that ran across the fabric of reality. Mara's thoughts guided the newcomers' perception, teaching them to feel the rhythms of oscillations, the subtle pulses that indicated the movement of energy across multiple scales, from neuronal firing to planetary magnetism. Rhett and Solara monitored the feedback, capturing data from neural interface arrays Mara had linked into the Psycorp system. Each microelectrode detected minute oscillations in thought, converting neural signals into patterns they could manipulate consciously. The newcomer, observing this for the first time, realized the magnitude of what was happening. Their mind, though new to the network, could interact with the energy, amplifying the resonance and strengthening the structural integrity of the threads. Mara's guidance allowed the newcomer to understand, without words, the connection between biological cognition and the invisible flow of cosmic currents. The Vilethur's presence pulsed stronger now, intertwining with the Psycorp's network. These ancient beings of pure energy, born at the dawn of the cosmos from the Primordial nexus, observed the unfolding scene. They had shaped the first patterns of the universe, weaving order from chaos. Yet here, in this room, they had chosen to allow human minds to influence the flow of energy directly. Mara could feel the nexus itself pulsing faintly beneath the surface of reality, guiding the Psycorp's efforts as they manipulated the currents. The Dark Rift, a tear in the cosmic web that threatened to destabilize entire regions of existence, sent waves of erratic energy that tested their alignment. The Rift's energy was corrosive, unpredictable, yet it was the perfect challenge for their abilities. Elias whispered a thought into Mara's awareness, suggesting that the new oscillation patterns mirrored the principles of quantum annealing, a process where a system seeks the lowest energy state. Mara guided the team, showing them how to stabilize the chaotic energy by mimicking the natural flow of energy-seeking equilibrium. Jonas synchronized his consciousness with the patterns, expanding the coherence across the network. The newcomer's pulse mirrored theirs, reinforcing the stability of the threads and allowing the dark energy to fold into a predictable rhythm. Rhett adjusted the room's magnetic modulation channels, producing feedback loops that amplified the natural oscillations in Mara's network. Solara fine-tuned the frequency alignment, using her awareness to identify minor deviations in the flow of energy. Kaelin maintained stable channels, ensuring the subtle currents from the Vilethur and the Nexus could circulate without breaking the network. Every movement, every micro-adjustment mattered. The chamber, once a simple space, had become a living nexus of thought, energy, and cosmic structure. As the rift's turbulence slowly decreased, Mara reflected on the historical knowledge they had integrated into the process. Tesla's experiments, the ionospheric heating concepts that would one day inspire projects in distant Alaska, and the intricate neural interfaces all converged in this singular moment. The oscillations they generated were akin to Tesla's visions, where energy could be directed precisely to shape environments, yet here, the Psycorps achieved it through consciousness rather than machinery. The dark energy, relentless yet structured now, revealed the power of synchronization, how thought, biology, and cosmic resonance could align to maintain balance. The newcomers' confidence grew. Mara guided them, threading their perception through the network, teaching them to translate chaotic oscillations into structured resonance. The Vilethur's presence, gentle yet profound, intertwined with their efforts, strengthening the structure and subtly encouraging alignment. Mara felt the pulse of the primordial nexus, its influence guiding the team, connecting their minds to the vast cosmic network. Every thought, every oscillation, every subtle movement of energy reinforced the lattice they had created. Jonas and Elias worked in tandem, guiding the flow along the paths of least resistance, ensuring that the rift's corrosive energy was redistributed rather than amplified. Mara felt the rhythm of their work echoing across scales, from the micro level of neural firing to the macro level of planetary magnetism and ionospheric currents. The resonance of the network was delicate, a fragile balance of chaos and order. Yet it was effective. The rift's influence was contained, the dark energy structured into predictable flows that could no longer disrupt the wider web of existence. Rhett, Solara, and Kaylin maintained support channels, monitoring feedback loops for anomalies. Each microelectrode in the neural interface contributed to the overall stability, translating thought into energy modulation with unprecedented precision. Mara could sense the subtleties in every channel, the faint undulations that might indicate instability. She guided the team in subtle ways, teaching them how to feel patterns, rather than analyze them, letting intuition synchronize with calculation. The room thrummed with controlled energy, a living testament to the convergence of mind, technology, and cosmic force. The Vialther's approval was subtle, a gentle vibration through Mara's consciousness, yet unmistakable. These ancient custodians of the cosmos, who had shaped the first threads of reality, now witnessed human minds executing a task they themselves had once performed at unimaginable scales. The primordial nexus pulsed faintly, reinforcing the stabilization of the rift, guiding subtle adjustments without overt intervention. Mara understood that this was not control but alignment, a principle that mirrored Tesla's vision of energy and resonance, yet executed entirely through the coordination of thought. As the dark energy folded into the structured lattice, Mara traced the residual oscillations, sensing the subtle ripple effects across both the human network and the cosmic web. The rift was contained, but not destroyed. It remained a scar in the fabric of reality, a reminder of the universe's complexity and the ongoing work required to maintain balance. Mara, Elias, Jonas, and the newcomer had all been transformed. Their abilities expanded, their awareness sharpened, and their understanding of the interplay between mind, energy, and cosmic structure deepened beyond previous comprehension. The chamber exhaled with them, a quiet settling of energy that reflected the stabilization achieved. Mara allowed herself a moment to perceive the intricate lattice they had woven, each oscillation a testament to the integration of historical knowledge, scientific insight, and conscious manipulation. Tesla's theoretical visions, the lessons of ionospheric manipulation, the analogies of quantum annealing, and the neural interface technology all converged here. The interplay of thought and energy had reshaped the chaotic rift into a coherent pattern, echoing across both the human and cosmic scales. The newcomer looked to Mara, Elias, and Jonas, awe and understanding reflected in their gaze. Mara felt a pulse of recognition, not of mastery, but of alignment. They had interfaced with forces that existed since the dawn of creation, and though the universe was vast and complex, they had glimpsed its underlying rhythm. Rhett and Solara shared the awareness silently, their understanding irrevocably altered, the synchronization of mind and energy marking a new phase in Psycorp's evolution. Kaylin maintained open channels, ensuring the subtle feedback from the Vialther and the Nexus could return safely to the environment, reinforcing stability without disruption. Every subtle adjustment mattered, every thought, every pulse, contributing to the orchestration of balance. The chamber was alive, yet calm. Mara traced her fingers along invisible threads, sensing the residual hum of energy and recognizing that while the rift was contained, it remained a challenge for the future. Mara looked at Elias and Jonas, their expressions reflecting shared experience and understanding. The newcomer's pulse had synchronized fully with the network, demonstrating the integration of consciousness and energy manipulation. The Vialther's presence remained, a faint hum of cosmic oversight, acknowledging the Psycorp's achievement. Mara understood that this was a singular moment, convergence of human, cosmic, and technological knowledge, yet only the beginning of the larger task. The universe would continue to shift, the rift would persist, and the team would continue to explore the boundaries of mind, energy, and cosmic alignment. The chamber was silent, but alive with potential. Mara felt the pulse of the primordial nexus, faint but steady, and the subtle reverberation of the Vilethur across the dimensions. The Psycorps had proven that consciousness could shape reality in ways previously thought impossible. They had aligned with cosmic forces, structured chaotic energy, and created a lattice of stability where disorder had once threatened to dominate. The experience was transformative, a benchmark for the human mind interfacing with the cosmos. In the quiet aftermath, Mara considered the implications. Tesla's theoretical work, the principles of ionospheric manipulation, neural interface technology, and the vast energies of the cosmos had converged in a singular expression of alignment. Elias and Jonas had contributed seamlessly, the newcomer had integrated fully, and the Vilethur had silently guided the effort.